7:28 a.m. in Trinidad and Tobago, and just shy of 84 days till Carnival 2025 happens in Sweet T&T. And joining us this morning to share a little bit more about his contribution for Carnival 2025 is Mark Iron, band leader for DMC Kids Mass, with their new band for this year, Now Leaving, A Story of Home. Good morning, Mark, and welcome.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you for having me this morning.
Thank you for being with us. It's a pleasure to have you, and I'm excited for this conversation because we spoke earlier this year at Carnival 2024 with Kiddies Mass, and
yes,
you really shared about DMC, the vision then and the vision now. So before we get into your vision for 2025 and what's now basically in process, let's speak a little bit about the creation of Dirty Medics Carnival and Kiddies Mass particularly. How did it start?
Well, all of this would have culminated in 2018 when we entered the Juve sphere with Dirty Medics Juve. But today we're here to talk about the DMC fraction, which was birthed in 2020. My team and myself, while we analyzed the carnival industry, we saw there was a need for that premium offering in the junior carnival sphere. So we decided that we won't jump into the Monday, Tuesday aspect of it, but let's look at the fraction and the domain of the junior carnival and how well could we master that and present a product that will represent a premium junior carnival experience in Trinidad and Tobago. Because as we know, carnival is not only for the adults, but we must give consideration to our younger generation and creating a safe space that they will feel comfortable to express themselves inside. And that's how we birthed DMC Kids in 2020.
Definitely. And, you know, as you say, your team, it takes a lot to be able to put a production out on the road. How big is your team for DMC Kids?
Well, my committees is little short of 20 persons. However, when we go out on the road as a whole unit, we have at least 40 persons with us. All young persons, all our committee members from the Dirty Medics Carnival.
And that's something that's so beautiful as well, because you're seeing that sort of marriage from adult mass into kiddies mass, not something that we've really seen before, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct, yes.
And do you think that it makes a difference in your on-road production, having that background of Dirty Medics, younger generation already on the road for adult mass and kiddies now?
Yes, because it's a smooth transition. When we go out on the road on the carnival weekend, they are well prepared. It's something they do every single year. They look forward to it. The enthusiasm that I get from the committee members when it comes to the junior aspect is way more than we get for the Monday presentation.
It's so fun because the children, you know, their joy is infectious.
Correct.
It's a different kind of energy that they have on the road, and especially when they cross the stage as well. Now, you are the band leader for DMC Kids, and also you are a National Youth Awardee for Arts and Culture, correct?
Yes, I am also this year. I was a nominee.
As a nominee. And how did that feel?
It was really great to know that somebody or some people outside there acknowledged my contribution in this way. So it was a great feeling, and once again, I would like to thank the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service for that.
Mark, if I'm not mistaken, you would be one of the younger ones when it comes to the band leader sphere in Trinidad and Tobago. What has that experience been like, and have you faced any challenges?
Well, like any young person jumping into a sphere that is dominated by persons over your age, you would go into it with, I would say, a little bit of intimidation. However, I will always give thanks to my team that is behind us. As I said, we have a good young team. I may be actually the oldest on my team at age 31. So to say that I have a good support system, it's correct. We have a great support system in that of Dirty Medics Carnival, our committee. So us entering that industry, we came in with a force, and by that we copped the 2024 Band of the Year. So
you did, and congratulations to that, and hoping in 2025 calling those blessings onto you as well. Now let's speak about your 2025 presentation. What is the name of your band this year?
Our presentation for 2025 is Now Leaving, A Story of Home.
And what story would you like to tell with this?
We would like to tell Trinidad and Tobago, let's step forward amidst all of the issues we have right now. We must step forward and take pride in our country. Let's tell the story about why we are not leaving Trinidad and Tobago. And in the local parlance, that's where we get Now Leaving. It also is a play on words, and we give a slight tribute to the late Denise Plummer with her hit Now Leaving when she won the Calypso Monarch. So it's a two-pronged approach when it is we talk about Now Leaving, A Story of Home.
And how many sections are in the presentation this year?
We have 9 sections in our presentation for 2025.
That's a lot of sections. And so how many children do you cater to?
We cater for 450 children, and it's our hope and our intention for 2025 that we could take that number to 600.
600 out of 9 sections. That's why you have such a large team on the ground, which I'm assuming may extend as the years go on as well.
We hope so.
Now, what exactly is a premium experience for Kiddies Mass for children?
Well, when we talk about a premium experience, we ask parents, when you come out on the road, you don't have to study to pack any bags, anything. You come out, you join the DMC Kids Mass Band. We have 45-foot trailer trucks, just like the adults. We have refreshment trucks, just like the adults, with all the juices, the water, all of the refreshments that are required for them on the road. And then on the Carnival Saturday, we provide them with an after-party experience, which is quite different to what you would usually get in the junior carnival. So when our kids cross the stage, they go straight into their own after-party settings, just like the adults.
Quite different from what we would have experienced in Kiddies Mass, that is for sure as well. And taking an ease off parents, because I mean, I remember as a child playing Mass, Mommy would have every possible cooler bag, things packed up in the car. So you have to make sure you park in a good place so you could run back, first aid kit, all these sorts of things. So we have first aid and everything.
Yes, we provide all amenities that you would get in any Monday, Tuesday band. We give it to our kids on 4 days.
Wow, on 4 days?
Yes, we participate in 4 competitions.
Okay, and what are those 4 competitions?
We participate in the Red Cross Children's Carnival Competition, the St. James Parade, and the Carnival Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, so, and those are 4 heavy days as well, or that is?
4 heavy days.
So let's go through some of these sections if we can.
Not a problem.
Yeah, now one of the things we were talking about off air is the fact that this is you created this, you founded this is your baby. But coming up with these sections must have been quite an interesting process. So how did you do that?
Well, the idea is mine, and I really am a patriot at heart. I have Trinidad and Tobago at heart when it comes to the cultural sphere. And in deciding the Team Now Leaving, A Story of Home, we had a little play on the words from the Denise Plummer. So when you look at the sections, we see something like the sorrel and the Moby back. We have the savannah where children play. We talk about the rhythm and steel. We look at the spirit of Labre, which is the pitch lake. All of these elements that we could call ours in Trinidad and Tobago, that we will stand proud to say this is what belongs to Trinidad and Tobago. We are going to represent it in the DMC Kids 2025 presentation.
Beautiful. And you know, one of the things that we see from some of these sections, which viewers will be able to show you as well, is the intricacies. I mean, I'm looking at rhythm in steel for boys and girls 7-year-old and up. And you can see from it here, a lot of detail goes into this, which means a lot of time goes into this as well.
Yes.
So how long would you say, I mean, these particular creative processes, right, they take? Because when you see things like this, you see the boys and the girls, you know that this is something that's going to take at least a few weeks to do 1 or 2 costumes. So walk us through that process and how you've been able to sort of, I guess, bring everything together.
Well, when I last met you in February, we already had this idea in our minds. So we started from, I would say, as early as May last year. And I must give credit to our designers, our main designer, Miss Lisa Molino. We also have designers like Marlon Smart. We have Curtis Eustace, who's a multiple-time King of Carnival. So we have some good designers that back our presentations.
Yeah. So we're going to take a look at another one here, Bird Sanctuary. And this particular one, is for boys and girls as well, or is this just for girls?
This is an all-girls section that depicts the scarlet ibis and the hummingbird.
Absolutely beautiful. It's it's looking like it's kind of given frontline costume as well. So are these for individuals or section leaders, or is the entire section
these
like
are the section costumes. So we also, just like the adults, we have our base sections. We have offerings for frontlines and individuals also.
I love it. So our next one we're going to share here is Spirit of Labre, and this is a pretty heavy. It looks kind of like it might be a kind of heavy costume too.
No, well, again, we pride ourselves on having some of the best suppliers in Trinidad and Tobago. So our wire benders are top class, and it's a combination of aluminum, fiberglass. So some of them also have cane inside of it.
Okay.
So the craftsmanship allows for having a lighter costume.
And this is something that is important, especially for parents who might have to carry pieces of the costume throughout the day.
Our costumes like this, they could actually break down also.
Oh, nice.
So yes, so it's really
And I'm seeing here, so this next one we're going to bring up now is Savannah, where children play. And what's beautiful about this is for a specific age group as well, ages 2 to 5. With these sections, that you'll have the younger generation, let's say. Do you have the same amount of individuals as other sections, or do you perhaps cut this down to maybe 30 children, 40 children?
No. Well, our 2 to 5 section, the Savannah where children play, we depict the pui and the kites. What we often do in the Savannah. So this section is actually our largest section, where we have at least 80 inside of it.
Wow.
And we are quite strict when it comes to this section being a 2 to 5 because it's the youngest age. We apply a lot of our resources to this section to ensure safety. Safety is paramount to any other tenant in the band. So we ensure that there are enough stewards with us. There are a lot of supervision that takes place within that section. So it's a closely knit section.
That's something that's so important for parents as well, and it's absolutely beautiful. But this next one, this next section, Soca Chutney. This definitely shows, of course, the beauty of Trinidad and Tobago, well represented. I mean, again, it's looking like a frontline section. And this is just for girls. This
one is just for girls, but there's also a male option to it. That's available. And we talk about, again, a play on Denise Plummer's the Soca Chutney Bacchanal. That's what we talk about, the diversity in our culture.
And we're going to go through, we have 2 more sections to go through. The next one is Sorrel, the Moby Buck, which, of course, paying homage to our, I mean, what we all know, and, well, I can't say we all love, because I'm not a big fan of Moby, to be quite honest with you. But, again, it's beautiful. I think one of the things that I've noticed with a lot of these costumes is they're not symmetrical, but you see half and half. This is something that you would have conceptualized, correct?
Yes, I would. In our effort to depict it, as I would say, our designers really went out of their way to ensure that it depicts exactly what it is that we are trying to tell. We are trying to tell a story. And as we would say, if we could take our story of now leaving, a story of home, if we could take it to Netflix by our presentation, that's our goal, and we will reach.
You definitely will reach. And of course, we see that you've reached to Tobago for this as well. A beautiful section depicting our beautiful Twin Island Republic, something that is so important as well. When you envisioned what would have been this section for the nylon pool, how does it feel to see it come to life? And does it reflect what your thoughts were?
Yes, it does. And this section was designed by Miss Lisa Molino. It's a really different section. It encompasses a lot of glittered items. You use the use of fiberglass. It really, really depicts what it is you see in the Boca Reef and the nylon pool. A mix of all the corals, the beautiful water at the bottom. That's exactly what it is we look for.
And we see the culmination, or at least from what I interpreted as the culmination of all these sections, was sweet TNT.
Correct.
You say that with a smile, like you were like, yes.
So you get the point.
100%. And it's beautiful to be able to see this story come to life as well. I know it's a great experience for the children. If it's one thing we see DMC Kids, they always smile and having a good time.
Correct.
And that's, I guess, the premium feature. Now, for those who are interested in getting involved with DMC Kids or would like their children to participate, where can we contact DMC Kids?
All right. You could visit any of our social media pages. We ask that you visit DMC Kids Mass TT. You could get us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We are well available and on our social media platforms.
Is there a cutoff date for registration, or is it just when the band sells
Our
out?
registration closes on December the 15th.
Okay.
And after that, we go into a lot of our programs, as we would have our education through culture programs and stuff during the season.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because can you share with us a touch of what education through culture is?
Right. DMC Kids Mass Band, we pride ourselves on being a two-pronged approach, such that we offer a safe space where persons, or actually children, could join who have a vested interest in culture, who would like to take culture as an avenue. We provide workshops, we provide seminars throughout the Carnival season that allows them to get a little insight inside of the mass camp at the drawing board, to get a little side of the business aspect of the Carnival. We really create a program, and we call it our Education Through Culture program, that we share with our masqueraders.
That's absolutely wonderful. Now, of course, this is a massive feat, so congratulations to you and your team. But who are your sponsors involved?
Right. Our sponsors for 2025 include Visa, as our title sponsor. We have Smalter, we have Fantastic Juice, and the Massman Company.
Useful. And of course, Mark, we have to ask this question. What would you say makes DMC Kids Mass Band the future of kiddies mass in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, To answer that, I would say you have to come and experience the DMC Kids mass band.
I mean, for sure. And we can find out more at, I believe it's DMC. Is it dmccarnival.com?
DMC, dmcarnival.com.
dmcarnival.com. Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me today, and thank you for having DMC Kids by extension.
It is our pleasure to have you all here as well. Looking forward to seeing you all on the road for 2025.
Thank you very much.
DMC Kids Mass 2025 now leaving a story of home. You don't want to miss this absolutely beautiful presentation. Premium, all-inclusive for children. Mark Iron here with us this morning, the band leader and founder. Stay tuned because there's more coming up on the Now Morning Show after this break.